Hey guys, welcome again to the Maths Club. If you're just joining us, welcome. So for a while now, we've been discussing number base. Started with an introduction to number base. What is number base? Then we moved to converting from one base to another, and then we moved to basic operations in number base. We have concluded addition in different bases, and now we're in subtraction in different bases. Right? But before we go to subtraction in different bases, we have to look at subtraction in base 10. So if you're just joining us for the first time, you might want to look at the place that will appear at the top right for a list of all of the things that we've been doing prior to this video. So as we also did in the addition, we said our fundamental base is base 10. So if we're going to start subtraction, it's best to start in that fundamental base. When we are given this number 327 minus 219, so we said 327 minus 219. This is our normal subtraction that we are used to. 7 cannot minus 9, right? So we borrow 1 from this one. Remember, we're working in base 10. When you borrow 1 from this one, right, what you are going to carry to this side, normally what you used to say, oh, you carry 1 to this side, so that'll be 17 minus 9. What's actually carrying is the base, in this case, which is what? 10. So you're not carrying 1, you're carrying 10. That is why you always say 17, because 10 plus 7 is 17. Then you can now minus 9 from it. So 17 minus 9 will give you 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. So what did I say? If you borrow 1 from this place, what you carry to this place would not be 1. It will be what? The base that you're operating with. So if I was operating in base 8, so what I'll be carrying over here will be what? Would be 8. So that will be 8 plus 7. Let's go further. You see what I'm saying? So we add, let's look at this one, 13 minus 6. So this 13 minus 6 too is still the same principle. So we said 13 minus 6. Right? So of course, we borrow 1 from this, so that will be 0. So we're adding 10 to this. So 10 plus 3, which is 13, minus 6, that will give you what? 7. Right? That will give you 7. 106 and 7. Great. This is the foundation of what we are going to be building on in the other bases when we are subtracting in the other bases. So let's see. So subtracting in other bases, let's go. We have 1101 minus 11. Both of them are in base 2. 1101 minus 11. Both of them are in base 2. Great. 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So 0, this is in base 2. 0 minus 1, this cannot happen. So I have to borrow from this one. So I'll borrow from this one. This one becomes 0. What will I carry over? Will I carry over 1? No. Like I said in the previous video, you are carrying over, what you are carrying over must be equivalent to the base that you're operating in. And this time around, you're operating in base 2. So what you're carrying over is 2. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So you carry down this 0 and you carry down this 1. This is the simple solution of subtracting in base 2. Just the fact that we know that whenever I borrow from the other one, I'm not carrying over 1 like I'm always used to. I'm carrying over whatever is the base I'm operating in. That changes everything in subtracting in different bases. Let's look for another example. This is in base 12. 905 in base 12 minus 509 in base 12. So 905 in base 12 minus 509 in base 12. Also in base 12. Now, 5 cannot subtract 9. So I have to borrow. Now this one has 0, so I can't borrow from this one. So I have to come to this guy. When I borrow from this guy, what do I have? I will have 8, right? So I'll carry over. What will I carry over to this guy? Will I carry over 1? No, you got it right. I'll carry over what? 12, right? So 12, because I'm operating in base 12, right? This is 12. I cannot borrow from this 12. When I borrow from this 12, this becomes what? 11, Abby? Then I'll carry over 1 to this one. So this, I'll carry over to this one, which is, what will I carry over to this one? I'll carry over the base, which is what? Base 12, right? So 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 minus 9 is what? Is 8 in base 12. So what did I do? Let me backtrack. I could not borrow 1 from this 0 because that was what? It was not a value. It was not a value other than 0. It was 0. So I had to go to the other one. So I borrowed from this one. I borrowed 1 from this one, which is 8, right? And then I carried over because I'm working in base 12. I have to carry over what? 12, right? So when I carried over 12, I still needed 1 in this place. I still needed value in this place. So I borrowed 1 from this, which is what? 11. When I carry over here, what will I put? Remember, whenever you borrow, you're always going to put the base you're operating in, right? So that's why I said 12 plus 5, which is 17, minus 9, which is 8. So 11 minus 0, right, is 11, but this is base 12. How do you represent 11 in base 12? Based on what we had done before, I'll refer to that in my table. So 11, decimal 11 is value what? Value B, right? Value B in non-decimal greater than 10. So if I have 11, I'll be putting what? B, right? And then 8 minus 5 is what? 3. Great. So this is it. So 3B8. Let's see what we did is actually correct. We have 1010 base 2 for the first answer. So that means this is very correct. We're doing very great, right? And then for the second answer, we had 3B8 in base 12. 3B8 in base 12. Very good, right? So you can see how very simple it is. The major thing is knowing that when you are carrying over, is depending on the base that you're operating. So if it's base 10, you're going to be having 10 here. If it's base 12, it's going to be 12 here when you borrow, right? So let's see. Let's solve one more example. So this 321 in base 5 minus 113 in base 5. I would say you should pause the video and you should try it out yourself. Welcome back. So let's see. Let's solve it together. So this is 321 in base 5 minus 113 in base 5. 113 in base 5. Right, so let me make this 3 more visible. Wait. 1 cannot subtract 3, so I have to borrow from this one. So if I borrow from this guy becomes 1. Right, so what will I carry over here? Fantastic. I'll carry over 5, right? So 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. So 3 base 5, right? 1 minus 1 is 0, right? And 3 minus 1 is what? 2. So in base 5, this subtraction is going to give me 203 base 5. Let's see the answer. Great. So you can see 203 base 5. That means we did very well. So just like the same thing, so for this thing, you can decide to convert this to base 10, then convert this to base 10, then subtract. Then you now convert your answer from base 10 to base 5, right? But I think this method is actually very simple if you actually know how to go about it. Still the same principle, same base, use this method, but if there are different bases, then you can convert to base 10 and you will now subtract the base 10 and maybe convert to the base they say you should convert it to. So let's see this other question. Let's solve like 2 more questions. This one is saying 1A 1E base 16. So let's see. 1A 1E base 16 minus what? 16 base 16. Great. So in base 16 we have E. We can go to our table. I mean, by now I know that E is actually 14, but let's see. Okay, E is what? E in non-decimals greater than 10 is what? Is 14. Great. So we have 14, right? So that will be 14 minus 6. 14 minus 6 is what? That is 8, right? 8 in base 16. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'll bring down the A, right? And I'll bring down the 1. So this is our answer. 1A08 base 16. Very simple. So let's see. We had 1A08 base 16. 1A08 base 16. very well. We did very well, right? So let's see. This is the last question that we're going to solve on that subtraction. So this one is saying 13 base 8 minus 12 base 5. Leave your answer in base 10. So you can see different bases. Because different bases now, I will convert this to base 10. I'll convert this to base 10 and I'll subtract. And thankfully, I should leave our answer in what? In base 10. So let's solve it. 13 base 8 minus 12 base 5. So let me convert this one to base 10, right? Based on what we've been doing before, that will be what? 1 times 8 plus what? 3 times 8, right? And then give it the power from right to left. So that will be 0 and 1. Abi? Minus, let me convert this guy to base 10. So I'll open this bracket too. 1 times 5 plus what? 2 times 5. Abi? So this will have a power of 0. This will have a power of 1 from right to left. So if I simplify these brackets, that will be 8 raised to the power 1 is 8. So that will be 1 times 8 plus anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So that will be 3 times 1. Then minus, open brackets, 1 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5 plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 0 is 1, right? Let me move this up. So that will be equal to 1 times 8 is 8 plus 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1 times 5 is 5 plus 2 times 1 is 2, right? So if I simplify this, 8 plus 3 is 11 minus 5 plus 2 is what? Is 7. So this answer in base 10 is what? 4. So our answer in base 10 is 4, right? 4 in base 10. Great. So let's see if we got it correctly. Great. 4. So our answer is 4. With this, we've actually come to the end of subtraction, right? In this particular place, I just really built on all of the things that I've done before in addition. But the major thing shifts for us was that whenever we are taking from a particular number, right, you're not going to be carrying over 1 here. You're going to carry over whatever base you are operating in, right? So that will be 5. I mean, and this one will be, this one will be 12, this one will be 2, right? And if I have E and all of that, I can always come to a table that I can draw randomly and know that E is standing for what? 14, right? And subtract, and that's it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel so that you can be updated with up-to-date information or videos that we post. And if you have any question, please feel free to comment, or if you want to drop anything or say anything, feel free to comment. See you guys in the next video.